Today's question is all about calibrating or getting print and cut to cut more accurately. This is the Creative Crafters podcast. I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. Now, calibration is something that you should do automatically every month or so. If you're doing a lot of projects, once a month is great. Once a month will work so that you're getting nice accurate cuts. Now, if you're not using your machine that much, once every 3 months should be okay, but you should make it a regular practice. Now, the biggest issue is, how do you calibrate? Well, things have moved around in design space as they usually do, so sometimes it's a little difficult to find. But this time, if you go under your profile name, in my case it says Bette, there's a drop down arrow. I will simply click on that and then click on settings. So that is the big key to finding calibration, is click on your name with the drop down arrow, then click on settings. Now that's a really important part. Now it's going to come up with design space settings. So there's tons of them: general, machines, canvas, load type, notifications, system. There are tons of things. Now, here is where we're going to find our calibration. On the second tab, the first one is general, and you'll see an underline below it telling you that is where you are. The second one is under machines. Now, under machines, there are several different things you will see. There's actually 6 things on my screen today: new product setup, update firmware, machine calibration, machine care, custom material setting, and link cartridges. So this is where they're now hidden. What we're more interested in right now is machine calibration. So if you go there, you'll find another drop-down list and a little arrow. And if you push that arrow down, you'll be able to pick the type of machine that you have. Now it's going to take you through a calibration process, and it's going to start by having you print the calibration sheet that you're going to be using. You will print that sheet, and then from that sheet it's going to have you do several things. All you need to do is follow the directions. Now it's going to ask for some input once it's done its initial cut, and that is to tell the machine or tell Design Space exactly which cuts are perfect, and it'll ask you for the column and the row. And when you put those in, just continue to answer those questions. So that is the important part about calibration, and make sure you do it, as I mentioned before, monthly if you're doing a lot of work with print then cut, or once a quarter or every 3 months if it's something you're only doing on occasion. Now, every machine needs calibration, whether it's a Maker, Explore, or the Joy series, or even the Venture. Everything needs to be calibrated so that it cuts more accurately. Now, once again, you will find it under your profile name, settings, and when the settings open, go to the second tab, machines, and that is where you will find machine calibration. This has been the Creative Crafters podcast, your questions answered.